Okay, we're going to start. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can all watch this close up. Alright, so I'm going to cut this edge off here and then work on around. We'll see how it works out. I'm having a hard time keeping it on the line, but as long as it's got a good curve to it, it should be okay. This thing's cutting a lot faster than the inch thick wood, of course. I'm having to re-educate myself on how the wood works. You may remember I commented on some of the other pieces I did earlier in other videos. I like to start on simple areas to get used to how the wood cuts. We're going from 1 inch to 3/4 inch size pieces that are so small I got to start right away. Doggone it. I'm losing the curvature on this. Yeah, that should still be alright. I wish it. Alright, I'm going to put my blocks on here. I'm not sure what good the tape did, but I put it on. I'm putting these two pieces of wood on the side here and then clamp them together to hold the guts of this thing together. Okay, the design is here for the other side of the Bible. I'm going to cut it out. Come on, how come this thing's not backing up? I know why. I'm trying to back up a little bit, and the reason it's not is because the wood's pressed so hard together. I'm losing my cutting space. I just got to keep marching forward. Keep that in mind when you use these clamps. You may not be able to back up if you feel the need to, because the pressure of the clamp is shutting the space behind you. Now the instructions wanted you to cut all the surplus off before you started this, but I didn't do that. So I'm just cutting around like this. I guess that'll be okay. That's that. Alright. Back this up a little bit. Turn off the machine. There's my little Bible. I guess that sort of looks like a book. Alright, there it goes. That look better. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll sand this down a little bit and clean it up. But that kind of resembles the shape. Anyway, that's what I did. Now I'll do the candlestick. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're starting on the next piece here. Candlestick, and this will be the final bit. They want you to start on that spot there, that line that comes in. The directions are nice to have. They really make this stuff possible. And I'll tell you exactly where I got it at the end. Nice thing about doing this kind of stuff is if you really mess it up, you can always start over again. It's not like you buy a kit, and if you mess something up, you gotta go buy a whole new kit. This is all still just in that one big block of wood I started out with at the beginning. Alright, now I got it. Yeah, that turned alright. Remember, I'm using this number 3 blade, which makes it easier to turn. And also, this wood's not as thick as that other wood I started with. Let the blade do the cutting. Turn that off. Zoom you guys out a little bit here. I'm going to do my clamp routine again. See how my little candlestick came out. I just really get a kick out of the way all this stuff just falls apart in your hand, and you get down the center and there's this little object that came out of this. I can see it down there if I can just get it out. Alright, and there's my little candlestick. That's that. That's it did. Alright, I'll put it all together and we'll take a look and see what it looks like. Alright, I've got it finished. I'm just assembling it. I put a little finish. I put some tung oil to seal the wood, and then I just put a stain on it. You put it on, let it rest for a few minutes, and then wiped it off. Just to give it a little color, because I want it to contrast with the Bible, which I put a clear stain on, natural. And this is it, sort of assembled. Alright, so that's the whole thing put together. Now the only problem with this, after I got it done, is these chairs and everything are real. They're so small and unstable. That stands pretty good because it's on this cloth thing. That I decided I was going to put it on a base and glue it to this base. So for the base, what I did, set those aside for a second, is I wanted to have a little oval base. So I hunted around the house till I found a gravy boat my wife had, and took this piece of wood and just put the gravy boat down, outlined it, and cut it out. It didn't have to be perfect. I just wanted something to use, so I cut that out. I can angle the table on my scroll saw so that I can put this little angle bit on it. Okay. My voice sounds a little strange because I have a cold. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these on here, and I'll glue it down, and it'll be done. Just going to touch the legs of this thing with some glue. And set it about where I want it. And now each chair is going to touch their little legs in this bit of glue. You can probably tell I've got way more than I need, but that's one. And I'm going to cheat. I'm going to stick this with the glue. Alright, it's glued together. We'll let it dry and then we'll be all done.